South Africa is located at the southern country in Africa continent. South Africa experiences a high degree of sunshine with rainfall half of the global average, increasing from west to east and with semi-desert regions in the northwest. So it has the potential for renewable energy, especially solar and wind energy. As the seventh coal producer in the world, around 77% of South Africa's electricity is generated from coal, resulting in a high level of environmental degradation. South Africa's per capita greenhouse emissions are the highest in Africa. Besides, centrally generated power is not able to reach the remote areas because of the lack of distribution infrastructure. South Africa has a large potential for both solar and wind power generation, with smaller potential for biomass, landfill gas and hydropower.
In 1998, the White Paper on Energy Policy, DME, 1998, sets out government's policy with regard to the supply and consumption of energy for the next decade. The policy strengthens existing energy systems in certain areas, calls for the development of underdeveloped systems and demonstrates a resolve to bring about extensive change in a number of areas. In 2003, Renewable Energy Policy of South Africa was released. In 2004, National Energy Regulator Act, NRA, was introduced, which regulates electricity, pipe gas and petroleum pipeline industries. This act established the framework for renewable energy regulation in South Africa. Next, in 2005, South Africa discussed about energy and climate changes at National Climate Change Conference. In 2006, Electricity Regulation Act established. In 2008, National Electricity Emergency Program was created. In 2009, South Africa released Renewable Energy Feed-in Tariff Regulatory Guidelines. In 2011, South Africa introduced allowances for energy efficiency savings in National Energy Act and launched South African Renewable Initiative, SARI. In 2016, Income Tax Act South Africa changed the 3-year accelerated depreciation allowance on renewable energy, which is 50% to 30% to 20% to an even quicker depreciation allowance of 1 year, which is 100%.
The South African government has opted for competitive bidding programs. These bidding programs target medium to large-scale generation from the structure of discourse coalitions, no matter if they support or against renewable energy policies. Coalition or coalition government is when the political parties cooperate with each other to form a government. In the other hand means, an alliance. Renewable energy policies require support from broad coalitions of people who share a common interpretation and can argue that renewable energy policies will not only reduce CO2 emissions, but also create socio-economic advantages for the country. If we must say from political aspect, the structure of coalitions of domestic support determines the success or failure of renewable energy initiatives. Some parties expect gains from renewable energy programs while others fear losing existing benefits. Coalitions of political support in the government, industries, civil society and international organizations have enabled the implementation of renewable energy policies in South Africa. Renewable energy has the potential to develop in South Africa. These energy sources can be used to people in rural or desert area too. Coal-fired power stations which are reliable in this country can lead to asthma, cancer, heart and lung ailments, neurological problems, acid rain, global warming, and other severe environmental and public health impacts. This is very bad for not just their society but also to the earth. Besides, due to major unemployed people, investment in renewable energy in South Africa can provide decent jobs and increase skills. Thus, it makes many people are supporting the implementation of renewable energy in South Africa.
Now, let's see the policy of renewable energy in Malaysia. It is important that we notice that Malaysia has abundant resources of renewable energy.
From 2006 until 2010, Malaysia set to a 5% of renewable energy excluding hydropower in the energy mix as the 9th plan. In 2010, Malaysia launched National Renewable Energy Policy which set 11% of renewable energy sources by 2020. In 2011, Malaysia enforced Renewable Energy Act, which introduced the feed-in tariff system with annual installed capacity until 2030. Feed-in tariff for all renewable energy except for small hydropower will decrease with time.
And in 2016, the Sustainable Energy Development Authority, SEDA, of Malaysia has conducted a comprehensive onshore wind mapping effort.
Recently, in 2018, Malaysia announced that it had set a target of 20% renewable energy in its generation mix by 2025. The key objectives of Malaysia's energy policies have always been about sustainability, efficient resource utilization, environmental preservation and delivery of high-quality services.
Strong political will be needed to push for renewable energy in Malaysia. Governmental agencies that contribute to the policy are the Ministry of Energy, Green Technology, and Water, Energy Commission, Suruhanjaya Tenaga, and the Malaysia Energy Center, Pusat Tenaga Malaysia. When Malaysia sets at the target for renewable energy, the cost of these new renewable energy technologies which are solar, wind, biomass are considerably high, and they are not competitive with fossil fuel generation, especially since fuel is heavily subsidized by the government. So, to increase private participation, the government will clearly need to incentivize private financing. Main functions of government and political communication are to inform, advocate or persuade for policies and reforms and also to engage with the community. A study in 2019 found that 78.3% of the respondents preferred to employ renewable energy in generating electricity in their daily lives. This data demonstrates that people are ready to implement renewable energy in their daily life activities in order to create a sustainable country. 21.7% of respondents still chose fossil fuel as their energy source to generate energy. These respondents might have less awareness of the remaining fossil fuel reserve, which is not enough for long-term usage.